Just in case you're one of the few people who hasn't seen the movie Idiocracy from 2006, be advised this video contains a few spoilers. It's wild to think that humans have been making movies for over 100 years now. Over the past century, we've witnessed remarkable breakthroughs in video, audio, and post-production technology. But perhaps what's more fascinating is how filmmakers foresaw the future so many years ago. For example, the 1927 film Metropolis, set in the year 2000, depicted prop planes, analog clocks, and corded phones still widely in use. 40 years later, 2001, A Space Odyssey hit theaters where people lived on lunar colonies at the turn of the 21st century. The 1982 hit Blade Runner, set in 2019, portrayed people using video phone booths, completely missing the mobile revolution. Of course, these pioneering producers aren't to blame for inaccurately representing technological evolution, but maybe a film about human devolution would be more accurate. The 2006 comedy Idiocracy offers just that. The cult classic is about Joe Byers, an average IQ U.S. Army soldier frozen in a top-secret hibernation program where he's forgotten about and awoke in the year 2505. The problem? The world was filled with complete morons. The U.S. president is a former professional wrestler named Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho. The most popular TV show is a reality program called Ow My Balls, and you can go to law school at Costco. But what happened? Did everybody become overly reliant on technology and lose their drive to learn, making the average person from 2005 easily the most intelligent person on Earth 500 years in the future? Maybe the creator of Idiocracy, Mike Judge, predicted the future better than Stanley Kubrick. Today, not only do we have supercomputers in our pockets, but our own AI assistants. We don't even, quote, Google things anymore. We just ask ChatGPT or Grok. But will AI assistants enhance our knowledge, or are we on the road to making Idiocracy a reality? Thanks for stopping by NPC Overrider, where we challenge mainstream source code to develop independent thought, one user story at a time. Grab a glass of Brondo, and let's check out the latest programming. Argument number 1 says AI assistants make us smarter. Let's let Patrick Bet-David kick us off with this short clip.
Yep, that's me, and this is a day in my life at one of the most innovative schools in the United States.
Have a good one.
We start off with morning lunch, which is a time for us to get motivated. We do things like teamwork activities, puzzles, and physical and mental exercises. Now it's time for my 2-hour learning block. I do all of my academics, math, reading, science, and language in the first 2 hours of the day, and it's all in AI apps. But we take a few short breaks because we practice the Pomodoro method. After core skills, it's time for lunch. We have 45 minutes for lunch, and that's our third recess of the day. After lunch, we do our life skills workshops. Right now, our workshop is to launch an actual food truck where we plan the name, the menu, the marketing, the permits, and everyone has a different job.
What's the name of the school? Nouveau Innovation School in Boston? The problem is you're not going to know for 20 years. But I love the fact that they're testing and disrupting. Good for them.
Interesting. I guess we'll see what happens. But let's get into the supporting arguments as to why AI assistants make us smarter. Point number 5 is information access. Imagine being Stephen King in the 1980s. Okay, now without the cocaine. To prepare for novels, he visited libraries or interviewed professionals, and even rode along with long-haul truckers for source material, if I remember correctly from his book On Writing. Even with the advent of the internet, information was scarce and often unverified. With AI assistants today, creators work far more efficiently by gathering and sorting a wealth of knowledge on any subject imaginable. Supporting point number 4, personalized learning. The problem with traditional classroom education is that everybody gets the same material served at the same pace. With AI-driven tools, educators and parents can customize content, which increases school retention by improving comprehension. This is particularly important for students with developmental issues. An AI assistant could replace prescription drugs in resource classes. These tailored educational experiences at the ground level could idiocracy-proof our future. Point number 3, augmented problem solving. Throughout modern history, dads across the land have destroyed beds, swing sets, and cars accidentally or otherwise while trying to assemble or fix them. YouTube walkthroughs are a huge help, but having an AI assistant at your side to decipher poorly worded instructions or rudimentary sketches gets the honey-do list done much faster with less cursing from the living room. Point number 2, fostering creativity. Bouncing ideas off fellow humans in a focus group or a seminar is great, but it's time-consuming and often inconvenient. Using an AI assistant, design software, or simply chatting with an AI is a great way to find inspiration or brainstorm ideas. Whether structuring a book or architecting a house, AI assistants quickly find creative possibility or help refine works in progress. Lastly, point number 1, global collaboration. Do you ever wonder what the Chinese people are saying behind the counter while you wait for your lo mein? Make things interesting and ask your AI assistant to translate for you. On a more collaborative note, AI assistants can help break language barriers across cultures and help humans better understand each other on a macro level to encourage global growth. Some interesting use cases there for AI assistants, but let's take a look at the rebuttal that says AI assistants are making us dumber and may potentially lead us to our very own idiocracy-like future. Let's take a look at this short clip from Jerry Seinfeld.
Artificial intelligence, let's be honest, most of the intelligence we've encountered in our life, pretty artificial, right? AI began, all we had was real intelligence, the beginning of mankind, right?
Yes.
Didn't work. So, we were dumb. We're still dumb.
So, yeah.
All our thinking.
Intelligence
So we
didn't work.
kept thinking until we could create a fake version of it so dumb people would seem smart.
Yes.
And then we thought, well, maybe that wasn't the smartest thing. Because what if the fake brain gets smarter than the real brain? We would look even dumber. So, if I got this right,
Yes.
we're smart enough to invent AI, dumb enough to need it, and so stupid we can't figure out if we did the right thing.
Okay, supporting point number 5, over-reliance on automation. Between using your phone to get somewhere you've been 50 times, or adding simple equations like 20 plus 60, or spell-checking third-grade level words, we're draining our brain power by allowing AI assistants to think for us. Many of us might still know how to read a map or do basic math on paper, but the more we rely on AI assistants or automation, the less motivated we are to use our natural intelligence. Supporting point number 4, lost problem-solving drive. Back in the day, we were forced to get out and find the answers we wanted, much like Stephen King used to do. When AI assistants are our go-to source of truth, we lose the drive to solve problems independently. With less effort put into problem solving or fact finding, we're less likely to commit information to long-term memory as our brains assume our cell phones hold the world's knowledge. Point 3, skill atrophy. Eventually, widespread skill atrophy will set in, and future humans won't know basic cognitive skills even if they want to use a paper map over digital navigation. Even a decade ago, when working in food service, I encountered many teenagers who couldn't read an analog clock. This is exactly how the folks in Idiocracy became so dumb that they didn't realize sports drinks could not water plants. Point number 2, echo chambers. When we had to do research by reading articles or case studies in a library or even online as we did later, we found diversity of thought as we sifted through fact and opinion. Today, people just ask their AI assistant and take the answers as gospel. Even Google searches are summarized into AI responses now. With less independent research, people are driven into echo chambers assisted by algorithms and censorship. Lastly, point number 1, reduced attention span. Short-form content served up by TikTok and YouTube Shorts already threatens our attention span as it is, and the Fail Army YouTube channel is basically ow my balls. But by relying on AI assistants in our pockets, it's easy to give in to the desire to ask your phone random questions that might float through your mind, such as why is the ocean salty, or where do the animals go in the winter? Such trivial queries reduce our ability to concentrate or engage in deep thinking. Now, most of you who are familiar with the film Idiocracy might be thinking that AI had nothing to do with the human race's dumbing down between 2005 and 2505. Instead, it resulted from people rewarding stupid decisions over the traditional norms by which humans thrived throughout history. In the film, higher IQ people had fewer kids for economic reasons, while lower IQ people multiplied because they didn't care about the consequences of their actions, and advanced medical technology allowed people to survive where natural selection would have otherwise weeded them out of the gene pool. And that's true, but Mike Judge couldn't foresee the AI takeover any more than earlier filmmakers could predict social media or smartphones. Although hyperbolic, he was more on track with the merging of corporations and governments such as Brondo, the sports drink company which bought the FDA and FCC so they could say and do whatever they want, hyperconsumerism such as gambling machines in the hospital, and he was on track with the overall downward human IQ trend. In fact, Mike Judge didn't even have to predict a dumbing down because average IQs were already on the downturn when he sat down to write the screenplay in 2001. European researchers found that IQ levels have been declining since 1975, citing environmental changes such as issues with the educational system, nutrition, media, and of course technology. More recently, a study CNN cited back in 2018 concluded similar outcomes. If technology is part of the problem, isn't it reasonable to assume that AI assistants or AI in general will make things worse? Even Microsoft warned that AI tools may be slowly impairing our critical thinking skills. In a study by Microsoft and Carnegie Mellon University, researchers concluded that those who trusted the accuracy of AI assistants thought less critically. Yet there are positive use cases, as mentioned, between researching, troubleshooting, and finding quick answers, but this temptation to turn to the all-knowing AI may come at a serious cost. As Joe Byers declared in the final scene, if we don't bother using our brains now and again, Idiocracy might become more of a documentary than a satirical comedy. Well, that's going to do it for this version of NPC Writer. I'm your lead engineer, Greg. All references are available through the description. What do you think? Are AI assistants making us dumber? If you want to help us save the NPCs, please set the like button to true and open up a ticket in the comments section if you have an idea for a future release. But for now, we're going to grab a beer. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a good one.